Live from the Tone Lounge at the Institute for Tone Science in downtown Greensboro, Megatone Amps presents the Talk of Teronus with Wezo and Drave, featuring Chuck Cotton and the Talk of Teronus Rimshot Band. In just a moment, the guys will fill us in on their special guest. So, now ladies and gentlemen, and Meldavians everywhere, here's Wezo and Drave.
Hi, I'm Dr. Drave.
And I'm Wezo.
And where are we, Wezo? Tell our viewers.
We're at my dojo. This is my personal dojo.
This is his dojo, the Talk of Teronus dojo.
Yeah, we're in a natural habitat.
Natural habitat. When we're not doing our hit internet TV show called Talk of Teronus with Wezo and Drave, this is what we're doing. In case you want to look into the lives of famous people.
That's right.
We're sitting here on a leather couch and talking into an iPhone. That's what we do.
That's right. And quaffing a libation of our choice.
And plugging our show, the Talk of Teronus with Wezo and Drave, which has a fantastic guest coming up. Tell them about it, Wezo.
Man, it's none other than steady rolling Bob Margolin.
Bob Margolin.
Now he's an icon. He's one of the last really awesome blues guys standing.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going away.
He's seen so much history. I mean, that iconic picture of Bob Margolin is from the movie The Last Waltz, where he's on stage with Muddy Waters and people in the band and everybody. But then you see you just flip through any music journal and there's a picture of Bob Margolin, and somewhere with Muddy Waters, somewhere with Eric Clapton, somewhere with Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Or Stevie Ray Vaughan,
yeah.
Bob Margolin is so much more than the guitar player for Muddy Waters. Bob Margolin,
I know.
On his own, is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
And he's blues approved, for God's sake.
Blues approved, and he's a nice guy.
He's
really nice guy. And he loves his dog.
He's a dog lover, and you know what's wrong with that? Nothing. So, let's take a short break, and right after this is Bob Margolin.
And remember, it's all about us. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Talk of Teronus with Wezo and Drave. I'm Drave.
I'm Wezo.
And today our special guest is Bob Margolin.
Steady rolling, Bob Margolin.
Now, Wezo, how do you know Bob Margolin?
Well, Bob and I met back a long time ago. I don't even know what year. And I got to tell you, Bob, I remember this, and you may not. It was at that place that was underneath the Chinese restaurant on Tate Street.
Nightshade Cafe.
Nightshade Cafe. Oh, and I remember
at least that's what they called it at that time.
Yeah, right. The first time I met you, I said, man, you guys sound great. What you need is a harp player. And you said, how much does that pay us?
How much do you pay?
Oh, yeah, how much do you pay? And that was really humiliating. But you know what? I've gotten over that, and I've grown fond of you.
No, you really deserved it.
I know. Well, thank you, Bob. So Bob, on a serious note, give us a little background on yourself and when you started playing and where you come from. You're from the Boston area?
Yes, I was born in Boston and raised in a suburb right outside of it called Brookline, which was a wonderful way to grow up. They kept saying, we have the best public school system in the country. Wow. And it had been rated that. And I said, well, of course, I mean, I'm here. I have the best parents in the world and the best school, and I had a very, very easy, happy childhood. It was not easy to get to these blues. But Muddy Waters once told me when I first joined his band that trying to play these blues right will hurt you like being in love.
Oh, no kidding. Cool.
And he was right, and he made sure it hurt.
So how did you get up with him? I mean, how did that happen?
Well, in the mid-'60s or so, when I started listening to music beyond what was the hits on the radio, I heard on a college radio station somebody playing blues music. I remember hearing Albert King do that song, I Love Lucy, which is about his guitar, for the first time on it. And then they played Muddy Waters doing the song Honeybee.
Wow, yeah, cool.
And I went, oh my God, listen to that voice. Mm-hmm. And his slide guitar player is incredible too. I quickly found out it was the same person playing that amazing slide guitar with that deep and soulful voice. And
so that was your introduction into the blues, hearing that stuff on the radio?
Yeah, yes, it was, and then I immediately wanted to play that. I'd started playing guitar because of Chuck Berry. I'd heard, I said, oh, I want to do that, and I'd been taking guitar lessons for a little while at that point, but I immediately got a blues focus, even though I was still in bands that played all kinds of music, including psychedelic.
Wow, you played psychedelic music?
Yeah.
Wow, I can dig it, man.
But I understand, like you would go to listen to Muddy Waters when he was playing in the Boston area, and you kind of approached him, right? And you started talking to him.
Well, no, that wasn't me. Maybe somebody else did that.
Okay.
I think that's what Wezo said he did with James Cotton.
So tell us how Muddy Waters came to ask you to join his band.
Well, I had been in bands that opened up for him. One was with a guitar player that had played in his band and moved to Boston and started his own band, and he ran it just like a minor league Muddy Waters band. He had the same instrumentation, played lots of the same songs. He was a deep, deep blues man named Luther Georgia Boy Snake Johnson. And he came to town, and he didn't play in the regular blues scene. He kind of played in the African American neighborhoods and in the clubs that were there. We would go from one club to another each week. You do 6 sets a night and 6 nights a week, and a 3-set matinee.
How long were your sets?
They were 40-minute sets. When the jukebox would turn off, you had to hit your first note.
Wow.
And then it would go for 40 minutes, and they would turn the jukebox on again. And don't forget the 3-set matinee on Sunday, bringing it to a total of 39 sets a week.
Wow, that's a lot.
I had a heavy Les Paul guitar, and I was 21 years old, and my left shoulder started to get lower than my right shoulder because that guitar was so heavy. But boy, did I get my chops together.
Well, you learned something along the way, and you sure did.
I was in another band after that called the Boston Blues Band for a while, and we opened some shows for Muddy too. And he could see I was trying to play what he called old school Chicago blues.
Yeah, right.
The same kind that he was making coincidentally right around the time that I was born. And I think a lot of people have an affinity for music that came out when they did.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're exactly right. Well, Bob, we're gonna have to wrap this up, but we're looking forward to coming back in just a minute and doing your tune with the band. But before we cut to the break here, we give all of our guests, including you, a bag of Moldavia.
Bag of Moldavia.
You can put anything you want in there, Bob. It's great. But when you carry it, always carry it with the sign out, Bob.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate this and think it will fit perfectly.
Oh, that's perfect. Perfect. Bob Margolin, everyone. We'll be right back. All right. Now steady rolling. Bob Margolin. Hit it, baby.
When I first met you, baby, we were still in school. You were such a flirt, and I was such a fool. I was crazy about you, crazy about you, babe. Crazy about you, babe. Young and crazy about you. Okay, boys, school's in. And when we lived together, we never had a fight. Crazy about you, babe. Crazy about you, babe. Love crazy about you.
Tell me about her. And then one day it happened. You started acting strange. I'll never understand what caused that sudden change. You picked at me and packed your clothes. I never saw you again. Now I hear I was just the first in a line of crazy men. I was crazy about you, babe. Crazy about you, babe. I was crazy about you, babe. Still crazy about you.
All right, we'd like to thank our guest Bob Margolin. Stay rolling, Bob Margolin. Dale Leslie at megatonians.com. The Collaborative.
Chuck Cotton and the Rimshot Band, Roger Ford, and our guest Bob Margolin. Remember, it's all about us.
Me!
Intro, and then you hit it. That's how it would work here.
I
It's not used to-
that hard for a second.
No.
Exclamation point. Italics.
Chris, we're not trying to take over your job, but
And
we're filming ourselves.
in 3, 2, 1.